Hi guys, this is chapter 6 from A Boy at War. Adam, on his bike, stood high up off the seat, riding the pedals. The palms and the monkey pod trees turned the street into a long green tunnel. Flowers flashed by, red and white and lavender, on every lawn and house. He was going nowhere in a hurry. Nobody to meet, no friend, no game waiting, but it was good to be moving. He rode down Punchbowl Street, past the Iolani Palace, the home of the Hawaiian kings and queens, and the statue of Kamehameha the Great, a Hawaiian general who had united the islands more than 100 years ago. He rode through a downtown area to the pier, then turned up along the shore. A jumble of little cottages was plunked down near the ocean, narrow lanes and cars parked every which way. Sand everywhere. The buildings weathered, faded, and battered almost flat by the sun. The sky was a cloudless blue. The wind gusted and the ocean rose and fell. Frothy rollers rippled down the shore. In the distance, Adam saw sampans and Japanese fishing boats. Flower? A tiny Japanese woman was selling flowers door to door. Flower? She sang. He walked his bike down to the water. The beach was almost empty. Nearby was the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, and beyond it the Moana and the Halekulani where his parents went to dance. Suddenly a bunch of boys burst from a lane and onto the beach. Some were on bikes, some were running. They were tossing a ball back and forth. Adam wouldn't have minded playing, but they were all Hawaiian kids, and he didn't know them. Then someone yelled, "Ollie!" It was Davey Morey, barefoot and wearing a pair of old pants and one of those flowered Hawaiian shirts. "Hey, Ollie, you want to play?" Adam hesitated. He was glad to see Davey, but he never knew what to think of that Ollie stuff. "We need one more player," Davey said. "Well, what's the game?" Davey tossed a coconut to him. "Football, only we play it with a coconut." "Oh, so coconut ball," Adam said, and he was sorry. Sounded too much like a Charlie Chan movie. Maybe Davey would think he was making fun of him. "Hey, tackle is one knee down," Davey said. "Okay. Well, come on then." The others were waiting. "Hey, this is my friend Adam," Davey said. "He's on my team." The other leader was a big, noisy kid called Martin Kalahawi. "What you need that Ollie for, Maury? No brains of your own?" "Well, you got 5 on your team, now I got 5. The end zones were marked in the sand, sidelines too. "We're the Devil Sharks," Davey said. "Hey," Martin said, "that's Hawaiian." "So? You're a Jap." "Yeah, and you're a moron." "You could have Devil Sharks." Davey turned to the others. "Give us a name, quick." Barracudas?" a dark, skinny kid named Joseph said. "Rattlesnakes." "How about Sea Scouts?" "How about Girl Scouts?" "Oh, yeah, sure, we can be the Girl Scout cookies." "Wildcats," Adam said. "Wildcats?" Davey said. "Yeah, like the F4F Navy fighter." "Nah," Davey said. But then Martin said, "Well, devil sharks eat wildcats for breakfast." That did it. "All right, let's go, wildcats," Davey said. Davey's team got the coconut first. The guys were talking back and forth, watching each other, but never saying anything to Adam, not even looking at him. Davey was the quarterback. He faked a throw to the left, then ran to the right and got past the whole Shark team all the way to the end zone. "Hey, Sharks," Davey said. "That was so easy." Now the Devil Sharks had the coconut. "Martin's going to keep it," Davey said, "so pile up on him." "Yeah, but what if he passes?" Adam asked. "You'll see, he won't." Martin ran like a truck in low gear, but those arms and legs of his knocked the Wildcats off left and right. Nobody could bring him down. He went through them like a bowling ball through a bunch of 10-pins. I told you guys, Davey kept saying. You gotta hang on to him. Adam had his hands up for the ball a lot, but Davey never threw to him. He kept passing to the other guys, especially Joseph, who made 2 touchdowns. But then the next time Joseph carried the ball, Martin popped it out of his hands and ran with it. Looked like another sure Martin touchdown. Stop him! Davey shouted. Get him! Adam caught up to Martin. Then he was in front of Martin, trying to slow him down until Martin tripped and they both fell. Oh, you got him, man, you got him, Davey shouted. After that, Adam felt more like part of the team. They took their shirts off and played away the afternoon. Afterward, they threw themselves into the ocean and sat around near the ashes of a fire and insulted one another. Hey, Slant Eye. What, Moonface? You look like a cat with diarrhea. Yeah, you look like a rat with a bellyache. Oh, man, you call that an insult? Adam didn't say much, just sat next to Davey and listened. One of the boys cracked open the coconut with a rock. They all took pieces. Oh, first time I ever ate fresh coconut, Adam said. Holy boy, Martin said. You're getting to be a real Hawaiian. You know Kamapawa? Who? Kamapawa, the great Hawaiian pig god? Pig god? You're kidding me, right? Martin eyed him contemptuously. The great pig god, Kamapawa. He got 8 eyes, 8 legs, 40 toes. He eat the valleys, swallowing volcanoes whole. He brushes his teeth with trees. When he farts, he makes all the islands shake. What do you say, Ollie boy? You got a god like that? Adam half smiled. Was Martin pulling his leg? Yeah, you sure he a Ollie? Martin asked Davey. He don't act that smart to me. Yeah, you got a fish brain, Davey said. Yeah, and you got a mush brain. They were still at the insults when Adam thought to look at the time. It was 1700, and he was supposed to be home in an hour. His father would be waiting. Hey, see you, he said, and ran for his bike. Davey came with him, and they rode along together, talking about food they didn't like and songs they did. Oh, I really like On the Road to Mandalay, Adam said. Where the flying fishes play, Davey sang. They were singing at the top of their voices, and Adam never saw the hole in the road. He was thrown from the bike. Gravel in his palms, that was okay. What wasn't okay was his bike. The steering wheel was all wobbly. Something was cracked and it was impossible to ride. What am I going to do now? I can't go home with a bike this way. Hey, my dad'll fix it, Davey said. Your dad? Yeah, he can fix anything. Adam hesitated. If he went with Davey, he'd be late. But if he had to walk all the way home, he'd be late too, and with a broken bicycle. Davey lived downtown near Hotel Street, where sailors went on leave, where Adam's parents had told him never to go. The area was called Chinatown, but Davey said mostly Japanese people lived here now. He led the way down one narrow alleyway and then another, some of them so crowded that the balconies almost touched. He stopped in front of a yard, half covered with weeds. His father was in the back working on a flatbed truck, a skinny man with bony arms and big teeth. Adam knew he shouldn't even think it, but Davey's father looked like one of those crazy Japs in a comic book. Hey, this is my friend, Adam, Davey said. His father sat down on the edge of the truck, wiping his hands on a rag and talking to Davey in Japanese. Talk English, Dad, Davey said, glancing at Adam. Very happy to meet your acquaintance, Mr. Morey hopped down and bowed from the waist, his hands at his side. To make up for his mean thought, Adam bowed back. Hey! Davey punched him. Quit kidding around. You don't have to do that stuff. His father examined the bike, muttering under his breath. Adam was pretty sure he was saying something like, "stupid kid," in Japanese. Davey brought over a welding cart holding 2 gas tanks. He unwound cables, turned gauges, and handed his father the brass welding torch and a pair of dark goggles. Mr. Morey lit the torch and adjusted the hissing flame from yellow to blue. He pulled down the goggles, and with a long metal rod, he welded Adam's bike. He did it in a minute. When the weld had cooled, he wire brushed it clean, then bounced the bike up and down a couple of times. "Good," he said. "Fix good." Adam rode the bike around the yard. It was solid again. "Thanks," he said. "Thanks a lot. How much?" He put his hand in his pocket. Davey's father shook his head and went back to work on the truck. "I can pay," Adam said. "Oh, forget it," Davey said. "He did it because you're my friend." The torch had burned away paint along the side of the repair. Davey dipped a brush in a can of red paint and painted over the weld. "Thanks," Adam said again. I better get going now." "What's the rush?" "Oh, my dad will kill me if I'm late." "Oh, he'll understand. You had an accident. You couldn't help that. Besides, the paint has to dry." "You want to see my room?" Adam let himself be persuaded and followed Davey through a gate and a high hedge into a shaded garden with several low buildings. A long, low table with an oilcloth tacked on top sat under a lattice of vines and red flowers, and a wooden icebox leaned against one of the sheds. Adam followed Davey into the biggest shed. Smelled like seaweed and vinegar. "Mama?" Davey called. On the wall, in a niche, gleaming out of the dimness, was a portrait of a mustached man sitting stiffly on a white horse. "That's Hirohito," Adam said, showing off a little. "Your honorable emperor." "Not mine," Davey said emphatically. "My parents think he's divine, like a living god, but they were born over there, in Japan, but I was born here, 100% American. They're Issei, and I'm Nisei. That's what we say. Hey, come on." They went out and into another shed. It was Davey's. The room was open up to the rafters where a paper lantern and an orange paper fish hung. A table in front of the window held rocks and shells and pieces of coral. On one wall, Davey had tacked pictures of birds that he'd cut from magazines. "I like anything with wings," he said. "Airplanes too?" "No, living things." Above his cot, Davey had tacked a calendar with a picture of the steamship Lurline with its high white hull and 2 big fat stacks. "Hey, we came on that ship," Adam said. "From the mainland. 4 days. Ugh, I puked my guts out." "I never puke," Davey said. "I go on my uncle's fishing boat all the time." Adam checked out Davey's books. The Call of the Wild by Jack London and 4 Tarzan books by Edgar Rice Burroughs. "Yeah, I've read those," he said. He was ready to go. He had to go. But then they started talking again about fishing this time. By the time Adam left, they had agreed to go fishing the next morning. "Hey, meet you no later than 6, Davey said as they walked out. "Oh, 600? You're going to be up?" Adam said. "I always get up early. I like the light." "You ever look at early morning light?" Adam shrugged. "I guess I never thought about it." "Well, look at it tomorrow morning." Man, funny guy, Adam thought. He had a foot up on the bike pedal. "I'll take a long look and tell you what I think. But I gotta go. My father..." "Why do you worry about your father so much? What's he gonna do if you're late? Eat you?" "Yeah, with ketchup in small bites." Hey, I gotta show you guys. Check this out. My math video tomorrow is gonna be so awesome. Look at this. Look at my new equipment. Pretty awesome. And here is my old box that's gonna be sent to the recycle. So I just thought I'd let you know that my equipment arrived. Hey, I miss you guys. Talk soon. Bye.